I want to look at this drainage system in 3 different ways. Firstly, I want to design the sizes of the pipes, assuming that the inlets capture all of the approach flow. So even though the inlets are set up to use a catalogue, I want them to capture all of the flow from the catchments. So in this case, the 0.53 CFS, I want it to go into the inlet, not cause any bypass, and the pipes to be sized accordingly. So let's look at the properties of this scenario, and in particular the calculation options. And they're set to use this new property, override inlets for full capture, and that is set to true. So we'll compute the scenario. We'll have a look at the inlet summary, and we can see that all of the inlets are operating at 100% capture efficiency. So I've got some analytic symbology turned on, and we can see the captured flow is the 0.53 that we saw coming off of the catchment. There is no bypass flow. If we look at the gutter polygons, we can see that the start spread width is 0 because there's no bypass flow. And also note the flow in the pipe here, for example, 2.59 CFS. The second situation I want to look at is analysing the system, but using the catalogues and the capture of the inlets. So it's a child scenario, and all I've done is change the solver calculation options. So if we look at those, we're doing an analysis, and override inlets for full capture is set to false. So if we compute this scenario, we'll look at the inlet summary, and we can see that the inlet catalogues are now being used. We can see that the captured flow has dropped slightly. There is now a bypass flow. We can see the effect of the bypass flow on the polygon. We can see the spread width at the start of the gutter there, and also that the flow in the pipe has dropped slightly. Finally, I want to analyse the system using a different storm intensity. So I've set up a different rainfall runoff alternative to model that storm intensity, but nothing else has changed in this scenario. So we'll compute it. If we look at one of the catchments, we can see that the flow has dropped, the captured flow at the inlet has dropped, and the gutter polygon has also changed.